to get same.
The courts are there for people to air their opinions and their views, and we will defend whatever allegations he has put up in court. We will defend it vigorously, and we are confident that they are baseless and actually a waste of not only court's time but other people's time. You will recall that the governor won the election overwhelmingly. He has the mandate never before given to any previous governor in this state. And any Edo person that wants to challenge that mandate of Edo people should be ready to do so through the ballot paper, not through frivolous court cases.
The tribunal has until Saturday, 10th October, to receive petitions.
The ADP governorship candidate Iboyi Lucky Emmanuel, who is challenging Governor Godwin Obaseki's victory at the governorship election, had few days after Governor Obaseki was declared by INEC as the winner of the September 19 governorship election, congratulated the governor for what he described as landslide victory, in which the governor and the People's Democratic Party recorded over 307,000 votes. The ATP candidate is not challenging the election results, but he's contesting the eligibility of Governor Godwin Obaseki to have contested the election in the first place. The tribunal has served 3 respondents with copies of the petition, and is expected that respondents have 21 days to reply to the petition according to law. From the Edo State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal in Benin City, Best Mbiere reporting.
Some commercial drivers from Ovia Northeast local government area of Edo State have protested against alleged extortion by the National Union of Road Transport Workers. Deborah Gbefun reports that the drivers were at the communications village Igosa to protest.
The commercial drivers from Ugbogyobo, Osasimioba, Naifo, Odigi, and Uluku Motor Parks in Ovia North-East local government area of Edo State defied the heavy rain to protest against illegal collection of levies by members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers. At the communications village of Independent Television and Radio Igosa, the angry protesters alleged that the union workers recently introduced another ticket of 200 naira without receipt and have been forced to pay the illegal levy through violent approach. They appealed to Edo State government to intervene and stop the extortion.
There was a person at the garage. He said, what is that? They should pay 200 naira this early morning. What is the meaning of that? So I have to drop my car to the garage morning. He said, what is going on? That there is who doesn't pay, that they were going to beat in this, something like that. I said, this is it's not fair. So what do we have to do? We have to lead ourselves to this place so that the government will be aware of what is going on. But I believe that the government doesn't know anything about this. And they are claiming that they are under Olaye. And Olaye don't even know what is going on.
200 naira this morning, they begin to beat each of our driver, collecting 200 for no reason. What is the meaning of 100 naira and 200 naira? Government have not announced any ticket. They have not announced anybody to collect any money anywhere. They say it's an authority from above. Who is authority? They didn't even expect anybody. Any driver that pay money, even this man that be controlling OTD Park, they're blocking and collecting money for him. Then I will say, okay, no, this thing will stop today. Let us cry hard. We all suffer for the government. We suffer day in day out.
So they said they should pay 200 naira. That 200 naira is for what? So they don't tell us what happened. Actually, they said we should pay 200 naira. So they said the driver that did not pay, they were beating them. So they don't put on uniform. They said they are boys. Who send the people? They said they will not tell us we should pay, that they are working on that.
Attempts to reach the Edo State chairman of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Chief Ojon Olaye, proved abortive. However, we intend to bring his reaction on the matter when it is available. Deborah Gbefun reporting.
Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has expressed optimism that the APC will be victorious in the forthcoming governorship election slated for October 10. Governor Akeredolu stated this in a song he rendered at the grand finale of his campaign, which attracted several dignitaries. Ondo State correspondent Jonah Omowa completes the report.
The grand finale of the APC campaign took place at the Ondo State Sports Complex. The occasion was graced by governors of Kebbi, Gombe, Imo, Kaduna, Jigawa, Kogi, Kano, Kwara, Lagos, Niger, Ekiti, Osun, Plateau, Borno, and Yobe State, as well as members of the National and State Assembly, former governors, and serving ministers. The governor took turns to outline the achievements of Governor Akeredolu in almost 4 years and urged the people of Ondo State to vote for him to complete the good works he has started.
In terms of infrastructure, human capital development, and good governance, to summarize, he has done excellently well.
He's one of our best and brightest. He promised us job 2 is already winning. So he can complete all the programs he has earmarked for you in the next 4 years.
On his part, Governor Akeredolu expressed optimism that he will emerge the winner of the October 10 governorship election through songs and dance steps. The occasion, which was well attended, also featured goodwill messages from President Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. From Akure, the Ondo State capital, Jonah Omowa reporting.
The People's Democratic Party in Ondo State yesterday held the governorship mega rally ahead of the election on Saturday. The rally, which took place in Ondo town, had party chieftains and supporters in attendance. It was a platform for the PDP to tell the people of Ondo State why they should vote en masse for his governorship candidate, Ayitayo Jegede. Leaders of the party in their speeches on the occasion said Ayitayo Jegede has all it takes to change the fortunes of Ondo State for the better and stressed the need for the electorate to vote for him. In his speech, the PDP flag bearer, Mr. Ayitayo Jegede, promised the people of Ondo State that he would move the state to higher heights if elected as governor. Mr. Jegede had contested in 2016 but lost to Rotimi Akeredolu of the All Progressives Congress. He is, however, now hoping to secure a victory this time in the election, which will see him go against Governor Akeredolu for a second time and the candidate of Zenith Labour Party, Agbola Ajayi, as his major rivals. The Senate has ordered the arrest and prosecution of personnel of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad who were involved in the recent killing of innocent Nigerians across the country. The upper chamber also asked the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, to establish a special unit that will constantly investigate and monitor the conduct of SARS operatives. National Assembly correspondent Osawaname Buzugbe has details.
The Senate on Wednesday added its voice to recent calls for prosecution of officers of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad who were involved in the recent killings of innocent Nigerians across the country. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, made the call while ruling on Senate's resolution on a motion moved by Lagos Central Senator Oluremi Tinubu. In her motion, Senator Tinubu drew the attention of her colleagues to the recent extrajudicial killings and human rights abuses by SARS operatives.
Senate further is concerned that with more Nigerian youth being involved with software development, fintech, and doing more remote jobs in the ICT, profiling by policemen is a major problem. Senate is worried that despite assurances by the Inspector General of Police in 2015 and 2017 that there will be reforms of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, Nigerians are daily still being abducted and extorted under duress with no mechanism in place for complaints and resolution of same.
Supporting the motion, other lawmakers expressed concern over the incessant cases of extrajudicial killings, harassment, illegal arrest, and extortion of defenseless citizens by some officials attached to SARS in different parts of Nigeria.
We have a constitution, and the constitution has guaranteed privacy to our citizens. If nothing else, at least the right to the contents of your telephone is at least protected until there is a warrant for that arrest before it could be searched. But now these people have become more like extortionists, extorting money from people by going into their phones, not because they actually want to provide law enforcement, but they are looking for ways to force these people to part with money. We too tried to do amendment to the FCC Act. And the area of it that was more meaningful was the violation of fundamental rights, where people are arrested and incarcerated, when of course issues have not been fully investigated, when of course properties are forfeited, when of course a court of competent jurisdiction has not adjudicated on the matter. All these things are occurrences happening in our country today, and I believe they are very serious issues.
Lawan, in his concluding remarks, said a mere dismissal of overzealous and reckless operatives was not enough, and that they must be made to face the full wrath of the law.
I think that this is a situation that should be.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives wants the Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, to furnish it with a comprehensive record of disciplinary actions taken against erring members of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the police force in the past 5 years. The House arrived at the decision after debating on 2 motions on the need to stop the human rights abuses by personnel of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. ITV Abuja National Assembly correspondent Charity Tanko completes the story.
Recently, videos of various forms of brutality against innocent Nigerians by officers of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the Nigeria Police Force have gone viral on various social media platforms. These videos have in several occasions been accompanied with tales of woes by victims of FSAS personnel. There is a common slogan now amongst Nigerians that officers of the FSAS are more dreaded than the men of the underworld whom they were meant to combat. The announcement by the Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, on Monday banning operatives of the FSAS from carrying out routine checks, mounting roadblocks, amongst other civil duties, sounded like sweet music to the ears of Nigerians. The House of Representatives is, however, worried this announcement may just go the way of previous ones. The Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, Wednesday, while condemning in strong terms activities of some members of the FSAS, said there is need for an independent body to effectively checkmate these unlawful activities.
We have long expected the Nigerian police force to police itself. It is now abundantly clear that this was the wrong call. For the benefit of a functioning system of policing in Nigeria, it is now necessary that Parliament steps in to introduce an independent, fair, and practical approach to ensure that those to whom we grant the authority to act in the name of the state are held to the highest standards of professional conduct.
Coming under Order 8, Rule 4 of the Standing Rules of the House, Majority Leader of the House, Ado Doguwa, laments that victims are mostly barred from seeking justice by the police.
In most cases, efforts by victims and their families to seek redress or justice is greeted with concerted opposition from the police authorities, including threats to their lives. The House therefore resolves: 1. To demand the Inspector General of Police to take decisive action to stop the brutality and human rights violation by SAS and report same to the House within 3 weeks.
Lawmakers in the Green Chambers took turns to bear their minds on what they described as incessant violation of human rights by men of the squad.
Like, what we have done is to shoot ourselves by giving them funds to now fight our people.
As it is now, honorable colleagues, Nigerians cannot breathe. We had a George Floyd situation in the United States of America, but 6 feet down in this country, 6 feet down in this country are a good number of Nigerians that cannot breathe anymore.
But how long are we going to continue to do this? A young man or woman driving, let's say, 10 p.m. He's not afraid of armed robbers. He's afraid whether there's a SAS official lurking in the corner and he's going to double cross him. You won't even know whether the SAS official is an armed robber or not because the way they even look.
Meanwhile, the Speaker said the House will work with the Nigeria Bar Association to draft a legislation that will ensure a system of accountability in the Nigeria Police Force. Charity Tanko, ITV News, Abuja.
The Nigeria Center for Disease Control says COVID-19 cases in Nigeria has increased by 155, with total infections now 59,738. The NCDC made this known on its official Twitter handle on Wednesday evening. The center said till date 59,738 cases have been confirmed, 51,403 cases have been discharged, and 1,113 deaths recorded in 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. He said the new cases were reported from 8 states, namely Lagos 84, Rivers 31, Kaduna 12, Osun 10, FCT 7, Oyo 6, Ogun 3, and Kwara 2. There was pandemonium this morning at Lucky Way axis of Upper Mission Road extension as indigents of Utekoko community took to the streets in the protest over alleged harassment by some gunmen allegedly brought by an indigent of the community. The protesters took over the road, disrupting vehicular traffic while the protest lasted. Some of the protesters said the gunmen laid siege to their community for about 4 days now, making them to flee their homes.
Not be small thing since 4 days now. I run out, I buy the singlet, roadside. They drive me away from my house. My wife, even my mother, they beat her yesterday. Yesterday they come my house shooting radically.
Must carry the no game with force. I take back West come. For over 4 days now. 4 days. They just stay inside the community. They shoot gun. Better gun no.
They force themselves to be a local. If we don't become a local because why?